Hi, and welcome to my podcast. As always, I'm your host, Heather. I'm sponsored today. I'm joined as always by my co-host, Todd. Welcome. Thank you for having me. I mean, I'm the producer, but Todd, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Todd, of course, just me and a drawn-on mustache, so that's why we don't have to social distance. Just come here, we chat, we talk about our days. We definitely prepared for this. Just gonna Google podcast topics real quick. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, I said. We could also talk about TV shows, books, and films. There's that movie Tenet, which I thought had David Tennant in it, and I don't. Is it he in it, or Tennant's something else? Not doing a bit. I thought that. To talk about news and current affairs. Michigan is opening their movie theaters. That's cool, except for, what are your thoughts on sitting next to somebody for 3 hours and maybe they have corona? But then you can see David Tennant in a movie. True crime we could talk about. Okay, it's the man smoking weed in the apartment right over there. To my next topic, why don't we have pumpkin spiced weed? Not me, I just mean for me to smell. Find films and books you haven't seen, then guess what you think will happen. We already had that when I thought David Tennant was in that Tenet movie. Tenet movie plot. A secret agent embarks on a dangerous time-bending mission to prevent the start of World War III. Isn't that, Doctor Who? In conclusion, David Tennant is in Tenet. This is a conspiracy podcast now. Let's do some sponsors. As always, this podcast is sponsored by Candy Corn. Candy Corn, you don't have to like it. Ooh, MeUndies has the Office themed underwear. MeUndies, sponsor my fake podcast, would you? So, before we go, I just thought we should talk about Halloween. You see, I have my Halloween decorations here. What are you guys going as for Halloween?
Thinking about going as you for Halloween?
I was thinking the other day about how I don't like going to restaurants that I really enjoy on a first date. Because what if it goes bad and then I can't eat Jersey Mike's for 3 years because I cried there? You know what everybody been talking about? That giant Home Depot skeleton. Comment below if you have a giant Home Depot skeleton for me. Give you my address and you can bring it. This is a fake podcast.
This is a real podcast.
I mean, this is a real podcast. Thank you for coming to my podcast. Comment below. What should we talk about on the next podcast? These headphones aren't even plugged in.
Good podcast.